Hello everyone, welcome back. Zargot here. Well, we're jumping into an Iconic Masters draft today. Let's see what we got in our first pack here. Let's see here, got a couple land cards, Grove and Nimbus. Probably nothing we're looking to take out of our first pack here. Mind Stone's okay if you want to stay open. Mana Leak's good. I like blue. Blue's pretty strong in this format. There's also Grizzly Spectacle, which I do like a lot as well. It's also Hero's Bane, which I've seen a few people play, and it's been pretty good. But for me, I kind of like blue. I like Mana Leak. This is just really strong in this format. This card right here, Angelic Accord's pretty fun too, if you can get the deck that goes around it. I think I'm going to take Mana Leak. It seems like we're always taking blue cards in these drafts, but I like Mana Leak here. I think I like it more than Grizzly Spectacle. Yeah, we'll take Mana Leak. Okay, here, well, we can take a couple hundred different Thought Seizes. What do we have here? So we got Thought Seize, which I do like. There's also Mahamudi Jin, which I like as well, which goes with our blue pick. Ulcerate, which is a decent combat trick for black. We got the Kiln Fiend, which is kind of good, especially if you're trying to go like red-blue spells. Nothing else really too much worth consideration. I have wanted to play the Crazy Walls deck, like blue-red walls. We're playing Doorkeepers, and just looking to mill your opponent, or blue-black. I think we might take a Thought Seize here, however. I like Thought Seize a lot, especially if you're doing a control, sort of a control matchup. Or we could just take Mahamudi Jin and just try to stay on blue, just so we can keep open. And I think Mahamudi's a good, strong card. Yeah, let's just take the Jin so we can stay open and not commit. Plus, I'd like to not play black-blue one of these drafts. Of course, then we see a Grizzly Spectacle here. There's also Simic Growth Chamber, which is a fine pickup. There's also Mnemonic Wall, which I do like a lot, especially when you're in blue. You got a lot of good cards, counters, counter spells, mask the components, any sort of combat tricks that you can pull back. Grizzly Spectacle is good. Heat Ray is also very good as well. Might just take Heat Ray here. Heat Ray is very splashable. I think it's probably between Simic Growth Chamber and Heat Ray. It's kind of a tough pick. I'm seeing the second Grizzly Spectacle. Boy. Well, let's just take Heat Ray here. I like Heat Ray. Again, this is a splashable card. I think it's just a good piece of removal, so I'm going to grab Heat Ray. We have the Pyromancer, which is decent. Any of these kind of do one damage cards are pretty decent. It's also Furnace Whelp, which I do actually like a lot more than how the card looks. And if we kind of move into blue-red, sort of, flyers, sort of removal, a little bit of control. I guess the question is, I really haven't played with the Pyromancer, not for many, many years anyway. So I guess the question is Pyromancer better than the Furnace Whelp? I think I'm just going to go ahead and default to the Furnace Whelp. This is a decent flyer. We can get pretty aggressive. Okay, now what have we got here? We got another Mnemonic Wall, which I do like since we have Mana Leak and Heat Ray. It's also Gutter Snipe, which I'm not sure how great Gutter Snipe is. Because if you're kind of playing a blue-black deck where you're sort of removal, spells, control, and flyers, I don't know what the Gutter Snipe's going to represent some damage to your opponent. It's also Splatter Thug, which is a pretty aggressive card here. But I kind of like grabbing a Mnemonic Wall. We have Mana Leak, we have Heat Ray. I think I'm going to grab Mnemonic Wall. I think I like that better than Gutter Snipe or Splatter Thug. So here we've got a couple of picks worth considering. Borderland Marauder, I'm not sure if we're in that kind of deck. I don't know if that card really fits into this deck. I do like Repeal, just a solid card. Bounce spell that lets you cantrip. It's also Thought Scour, but I think I'd rather have Repeal over Thought Scour. So here we have the Elusive Spellfist, which I don't think that really goes with our deck here. This is more or less just a 1/3. Windfall is not really anything we're looking for. So I think we could take the Vent Sentinel. I mean, I could certainly see a deck where you're playing Vent Sentinels, Mnemonic Walls, maybe some Doorkeepers, and just be able to kind of have, you know, these sort of ground blockers to hold back your opponent while, you know, getting some value out of their abilities, and then wait till you can stick your flyers. We also could take the Chancery. And the Chancery is pretty good. I think I'll take the Sentinel. I kind of would like to play one of these funky wall decks. Okay, now here, I'm not really interested in the Spellfist, so we'll go ahead and grab the Gruul Turf. I think it's good to have a couple of these lands in your deck. There's probably not much we're going to play here. The Nimbus. No, I don't think that's for us. I guess we could just take the Guard Duty. I don't think there's anything else we'd really play. Well, I guess there's a chance we could play maybe some green. Probably not. Well, there's the Doorkeeper. You know, kind of talking about doing this sort of red-blue, sort of Dirtle control deck with some flyers. If we were kind of going all in on Kiln Fiend, cards like that, we could try to play the aggressive spell deck. But I don't really have much for that just yet, so I'll take the Doorkeeper here. Okay, we'll stick Fury Charm for the board. And let me take Grotto. Okay, probably not going to play any of these cards. Okay, so I kind of like this direction our deck's going in right now. Again, I've seen a few people play these sort of wall flyers deck with blue-red control-ish sort of strategy. It seems like a lot of fun. You know, this is an ultra competitive event, so I would, you know, certainly like to try this out, see how it does. Let's see here. We've got the Savage-Born Hydra. Well, that's interesting. I don't know how good this card is. And we do already have a Gruul Turf, so it could be something we could splash. There's also Illusory Ambusher, which I think is pretty decent. You know, this can be an aggressive card playing into turn, or, you know, something that you just end up blocking with and drawing a couple cards off. And Tormenting Voice isn't bad either. Moonglove Extract is actually pretty decent as well. Not really interested in the Frost Links. We're not aggressive. I don't think that's the kind of card we're looking for. It's Hunt the Weak, which is probably not the card we're looking for with this style of deck we're building. So we could take the Hydra here, just as sort of kind of a funky late game, maybe alternate win condition. Or do you have the Gruul Turf or the Ambusher? Maybe we'll take the Hydra. Well, we don't have to play this, and we'll probably see another Ambusher. It may come back. Okay, now here we have another Furnace Whelp. We have a Hoarding Dragon, but we don't have really any artifacts to go with that just yet. I mean, it is a 4/4 flyer for 5, which is okay. Could just take the Aqueduct here. Or we could take the Evolving Wilds, so that maybe we could try to splash the Savage-Born a little easier. I don't think I want to take Fog Bank. I think if I'm taking any of these dorky walls, I want them to kind of do something. I want to be able to interact with them, whereas this is just sort of a 2-drop that just sits there and isn't really progressing our board at all. So I guess the choice is either Furnace Whelp or Evolving Wilds. I think I'll just take the Furnace Whelp. Yeah, we probably won't play 2 of them, but I want to make sure we get enough flyers for our deck to make sense here. Pillar of Flame, this is pretty decent. It's also Phantom Monster, but I think we'd rather have Pillar of Flame. This is good early interaction. It's just, you know, decent removal here. So go ahead and take the Pillar. Here we've got Claustrophobia. This is a fine removal spell. It's also a whole bunch of these Halberders, but I don't think this is the kind of deck for those. Mind Stone is decent as well, but I think I'd rather have a Claustrophobia over Mind Stone. Another Fog Bank. We got Thought Scour here, which is okay. I don't think we're going to play 3 Furnace Whelps. I really don't see any reason to take that card. So I guess we could take Fog Bank or Thought Scour. Well, we have Mnemonic Wall. Don't have a huge amount of spells just yet. But I think I'd rather have a Thought Scour over the Fog Bank. And I think we'll probably wheel one of these Fog Banks. A Tormenting Voice, Star Compass, or Rasheen. Rasheen does combo kind of well with Repeal or Heat Ray. It's another 4-drop. Or do we just want a card like Tormenting Voice? We haven't seen any Amastic Components this game, so we kind of do want some card draw, but this doesn't really give us card advantage. Maybe we'll just take the Rasheen. We do have a couple X spells here. This might actually be pretty decent. We have Splatter Thug, which is okay. It's also Pristine Talisman. Yeah, we'll take a Pristine Talisman. We haven't picked up any Mana Rocks yet, and this does that. Plus, that we're a slower deck, so the life gain might actually make sense for us here. Another Heat Ray. I think that's probably the pick. It's also the Carnarium. I think I'd rather have another Heat Ray, however. Just a solid card. Now the Rasheen's looking even better. Here, not too much for us. This is a late Hunt the Week. I think we'll just take the Moonglove Extract. Again, this is a pretty decent card. It looks a lot. It's a lot better than people give it credit for. And it's essentially a three colorless mana shock. And here, again, I don't think we're a Kiln Fiend deck, so we'll just take the Fog Bank. Yeah, I mean, we have Pillar of Flame and Thought Scour. Yeah, we'll just take the Fog Bank. We're not a Kiln Fiend type of deck. And we might be playing this Hydra. What else does the Fury Charm do? No, that's specifically for our sideboard. Here, don't think we're going to play any of these cards. Okay. All right. Not too much in these last couple picks here. Okay. So we certainly need to hit a few more playables in our last pack here. Alright, let's see. So we do have a Boiler Works, which I like. It's also a Repeal. I kind of like just taking the Boiler Works here, just to... Yeah, I think I like the Boiler Works here instead of a second Repeal. We'll go ahead and pick that up. Not a strong first pick. Okay, let's see here. We've got Electrolyze. It's actually pretty good for our deck here. There's not a lot else. Runescar Demon is such a beating here. There's just no way we could play that card, unfortunately. And really nothing else for us. So Electrolyze, we're happy to pick that up. All right, got another Mnemonic Wall or a Vent Sentinel. Kind of want to take the Vent Sentinel. Again, I do like. It's also a Master Components here. Okay, so how much do we want to do the wall deck here? Again, I'm not trying to be super competitive here. I'm not trying to build a tier 1 deck. I mean, we have Fall Bank, Doorkeeper, 1 Vent Sentinel, and a Mnemonic Wall. I seriously doubt we're going to wheel the Amass the Components or the Vent or the Mnemonic Wall. So chance we wheel the land. This looks terrible, but I'm going to take the Vent Sentinel. We're not picking up a lot of these big flyers or anything for our end game, and I really want to try to play this wonky sort of wall deck. So you guys can beat me up about this, but we're gonna give it a go here. Let's see, got another Savageborn Hydra. There's really nothing else here for us, and we could take a Rune Servitor, but that's really not doing anything for our deck. I guess we can take another one of these guys. I doubt we're gonna play 2 of them, if we even play 1. Okay, and we're not really seeing anything here. Yeah, there's not really much at all for us in this pack here. Is there anything we might want to consider? No. I guess we could just take the Spell Fist. Probably not going to play it. Here, wow, okay. So another Vent Sentinel. So we kind of can do this wacky deck. There's another Tormenting Voice, which I actually wouldn't mind one of, but we're gonna stick to this crazy path we've started here. Really would like another Mana Rock. I would even take a Mannequin on this. Rushing only for. Yeah, Rushing combos really well since we have all these X spells, especially for the Hydra. You could make this quite a large beast fairly quickly. Yeah, I think I do like playing both of these. Again, I'm not sure how great this card is. I haven't played with it. I haven't seen anyone else playing with it either, but just the fact that we do sort of have something that combos with it, I think it's worth giving it a try. So here we can take our 4th Vent Sentinel or another Doorkeeper. Interesting. I kind of want a few more early drops. And our 4s are pretty high, so I think we'll take the Doorkeeper. I doubt we'll wheel the Vent Sentinel, but we'll take the Doorkeeper. Just so we have some... well, there you go. I guess we could have taken the other Vent Sentinel. Alright, well, Doorkeeper it is. Oh, okay, the Chancery. That's fine. We're happy to grab this. Alright. No, I'm just not going to play any of these. Okay. No, I don't think we're playing Windfall, but okay. Yeah, it looks like nothing's coming back. That's a bummer, but I think this should be fun here. I don't think we're going to go 3-0 or anything, but this should be pretty fun. Especially if you get to go off with a couple Vent Sentinels, or you could even go off with a few Doorkeepers here. Frost Links, we may end up playing that, you never know. If our opponent presents a lot of troublesome creatures, that get in early, this can always be something to kind of be a chump blocker and freeze up some of their bigger guys, so we can drop blockers or get to removal. Okay. No, I don't think we're playing Diminish. All right, so the mana base is going to be a little weird. Is there anything we want to play here? I mean, I guess we could play Thought Scour. We could cut a Furnace Whelp. I mean, our win conditions are kind of, get them off the walls, or we have the Djinn and the Savageborn Hydra, which I think is going to be pretty decent. Yeah, I think this seems interesting. Again, this card may be terrible. I've never really played with it, but you know, it seems interesting. I think the reason I'm just liking this goes is Rasheen. I think that'd just be absolutely fantastic to, you know, slam Rasheen on turn 4, and then turn 5, you can play this card as a 7/7. A 7/7 double strike is pretty devastating. Is there anything we want to put in? Let's see. I mean, the only card I would even think is just Thought Scour, and the only reason I'm even considering that is because we just didn't pick up anything else to draw. I thought for sure one of the Tormenting Voices would come back, but those are probably quite good in the Killing Fiend decks. And we did see several of those go around. Again, we probably could cut a Furnace Whelp here and throw in the Thought Scour just to have, you know, one more sort of dig card for getting through the deck. I don't think we're going to that. I kind of like having the Furnace Whelps in. Yeah, we'll just leave this as is. Let's see what we can do with the land here. Okay. So our red sources at 6, 7, 8. It gives us 8 red sources. And 1, 2. Gives us 7 blue sources. I think we kind of want to do that the other way. We got mostly blue action early, and we do have double blue spells earlier. Gives us 7 red sources. But we have really only two cards we're going to be playing in red the first few turns. I mean, Heat Ray is possible, but this is usually going to be used a little later in the game. And this gives us 4 green sources. Do we need to run 4 green sources? We don't have a lot of card draw, and we are playing 2 Savage-born Hydras. So maybe we do need to run 3. Nah, that's what I was worried about. It kind of throwing off the mana base, but I still think it's good enough to try and work it. So we have basically 7 red. We're going to have 6, 7, 8 blue. And then 4 green sources. Yeah, that seems fine. And we can always move this around a little bit if we don't like it. And then we have the Pristine Talisman to kind of ramp us up just a touch here. And it's not a 2-drop, so this is definitely not a premium mana rock. But the life gain, I think, again, will be relevant with our kind of deck here. If this represents, you know, 4, 5, 6 points of life in a game, that certainly can make a big difference. Plus being able, if we don't have anything on 3, or we've already mana leaked our opponent on 2, this lets us jump, you know, into our 4-drop, or, you know, hold up like Electrolyze and play Doorkeeper, something of that nature. So just double check here. We do have 5, 6, 7 red sources, which is decent. It just makes the Furnace Whelp a little awkward. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue sources, which we definitely want to hit our blue early. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Okay, this will be our deck. All right, everyone. We'll see you in match number 1 and see how this funky wall deck is going to do. Hello, everyone. Welcome to match 1. Looks like we won the die roll here. Yeah, I think we'll be on the play. And no, I guess this seems fine. I mean, we have Talisman, we get Doorkeeper, Vent Sentinel. We don't have any interaction with our opponent, but I think this is fine. Sorry if you guys can hear my computer fan. It sort of kicked in here. Thing's pretty loud. So I apologize if you can hear that for a moment or so. Okay. Well, it's just interested to see how this deck's gonna do. You know, I like building these kind of funky, weird decks. Ooh, that's pretty good. So, you know, this kind of stinks because we can play the Chancery this turn. Or we can just drop an island and hold up Mana Leak. On the following turn, we can just play Doorkeeper and Chancery. Or we could play the Talisman. Yeah, our opponent's playing red. I'm just going to hold up Mana Leak. We don't know if they're playing... we don't know what they're playing, so let's just hold up Mana Leak here. think that's fine. Okay. So here, I think... Oh, now we're in the same situation. I think we do need to play one of these lands. So let's just play Doorkeeper. Hopefully our opponent doesn't slam anything too crazy. And then we'll go ahead and drop the Rule Turf. We do want to get a red source on the table here as well. Or we're not going to be able to play this Vent Sentinel. Which isn't a terrible start. Doorkeeper and Vent Sentinel. It's stuff to do. Ah, well, our opponent didn't play anything, so they didn't get to punish us. So with access to 3 mana here, we can play the Pristine Talisman and hold up Mana Leak. Or we can go ahead and play the Vent Sentinel. I don't know what our opponent's doing. They might be playing a similar sort of control deck. So let's see. If we play the Vent Sentinel, we're not able to play our Chancery, which isn't a problem. We have plenty of lands in our hand. Or we can play Island and Pristine Talisman. I kind of like that, but at the same time, I think I like just getting the Sentinel down. So let's just go ahead and get the Sentinel down this turn. This might get mana leaked, which is fine. Or dissolved, or... Well, no, not dissolved. They'd have to mana leak it. Okay. So actually now we've got a plan going here. You know, we've got some blockers, massing opponents. Yeah, okay. It looks like our opponent's just playing some controlling red-blue, so probably a better version of our deck. So they probably got actual answers and creatures as opposed to these walls. So we'll see how this is going to work out for us. Okay, rushing. That's not a terrible draw. I don't think I want to play that this turn. I think what we're going to do is probably play the Talisman and hold up Mana Leak, just in case our opponent slams something pretty big here. So let's do... Yeah, now how do we do this? So we can play and do Island, play the Talisman. I guess we can go ahead and play the Chancery here. That's fine. We don't get to use Vent Sentinel or Doorkeeper, but we can hold up Mana Leak, which I think is important. Yeah, so what's our opponent got? Amassing opponents. We're just going to go ahead and Mana Leak this. They've drawn enough cards. Not sure what they're looking for, but... Ooh! So what can we make this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5? That is not a bad play. I don't want to get too greedy and try to play Rasheen and then the Savageborn, because they've got a handful. I'm sure they've got a counterspell. This might just get Claustrophobia or something of that nature. But let's play the Savageborn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Makes this a 5, 5. It's interesting. Well, I guess we get to see how good this guy actually is. And again, I assume our Savageborn is going to get... No, okay. It's going to get Fog Banked. Well, we've got Moonglove Extract, so not a bad deal. I guess our opponent, are they missing land drops? Yeah, they sure are. Okay. So let's play let's play Forest. Let's play the Extract. And this is just combat damage, so... Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and pop the Fog Bank. Do we want to pump the Savageborn? I don't think so. We've got our opponent another 2-turn clock here. We can always heat ray what they play. Let's just send in the Savageborn. That's going to be half their life total. Wow, we're kind of doing it here. All right. Guess we don't need the walls. But again, our opponent looks like they're just completely breaking. They probably have a handful of all their 5 and 6 drops. Vent Sentinel of their own. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and heat ray this for 4. And there we go. Okay. Well, that was interesting. We didn't get to see too much from our opponent. We do know they're playing blue-red, and it looks like they're playing sort of blue-red spells. Is there anything we want to add in? I don't think we saw really enough. We don't have much sideboard here anyway. Really all we have is kind of Fury Charm. I mean, I guess there's a world in which we might want, diminish if they're playing banana giant creatures, so we could diminish it and Pillar of Flame it, or something of that nature. So yeah, I don't really see anything we're sideboard in, so we'll just send this back. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So we've got a Doorkeeper, we've got a Heat Ray, Repeal. I think this is fine. We have Repeal. I like having that in my opening hand. Mnemonic Wall, okay. See if we get to see a little more action from our opponent this game. I have a sneaking suspicion their deck is similar to ours. Just because we did see the Vent Sentinel in there in blue-red. And we saw the Fog Bank. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll just play the Doorkeeper here. We can always repeal anything they play. Oh, so our opponent's breaking. So we're just going to send it back. I feel bad for our opponent here. I hate playing games where you don't get to draw any lands. Gonna Thought Scour? Yeah, I figured. Thought Scour themselves. What do they get? Oh no, they're Thought Scouring us. You got a couple lands? Bah! Well, that's alright. Got a mountain? Oh, good. Oh, yeah, bummer. Our opponent's having to discard. There's not much you can do, though. So here, I think we're just going to play the Rasheen. I mean, this is an attacker. Also, if we do draw a red source, our Savageborn Hydra is going to be enormous. Oh, white. Okay. Oh, yeah, I didn't notice our opponent had discarded here. Okay. Gonna play the Ancestor. Interesting. All right. Yeah, so I think they're definitely playing the same type of deck as us. So we have access to 4 mana. What do we want to do here? I think we'll just go ahead and attack with Rasheen. I don't think they're going to block. Yeah, because next turn they can get this online and start blocking. So we'll get in our 4 damage here. I think we'll go ahead and play Talisman. And Doorkeeper. And just send it back to our opponent. If we draw a red source again, our Savageborn Hydra is just going to be enormous. Okay, our opponent's going to get to amass those components. I guess if they don't hit a land drop, they're going to be... Oh no, they're going to shift 1 back anyway, so... Okay, so we hit our land here. Not really anything in our graveyard. So I guess we could repeal the Ancestor. Yeah, we're not really doing anything else this turn. So I kind of like doing that. Well, do we want to do it this turn, or do we want to do it end of turn, possibly? No, I don't want to get countered. I kind of just like repealing it now so we can get in the damage. So we're going to repeal this. We're going to have to pay 1, 2, 3. Still no red sources. Not a problem. And if they start to brick us, we'll go on to the doorkeeper strategy here. We can play Mnemonic Wall, get Repeal back, and start doorkeepering them for 6 cards a turn. And if we do a mountain, we've got Heat Ray and Vent Sentinel online. And the Savage-Born Hydra. Cephalid Broker, oh yeah, they've got all the tools here. But that lets us get in for 4 more damage, so we don't have a problem with that. Mountain. Opponent's having to discard. Furnace Whelp, that's not going to do it. No, go ahead and attack. So yeah, I think we're just going to play Mnemonic Wall here and get Repeal back, just so we can bounce the Ancestor if they do play that again. Okay. Again, now we have 6 mil a turn against our opponent here. Which essentially puts them on a 3-turn clock starting on our turn. Well, less than a 3-turn clock now. Okay, discard. Yeah, they're playing. Yeah, they're playing the same deck. That's kind of interesting to go up against the same sort of strategy. You know, round 1. So I really don't get to learn too much about our deck. Kind of want to see how it's going to do against, you know, a more aggressive deck, or something that's just kind of a go large, you know, ramp deck. I think against aggressive decks we'll probably be pretty decent just because we have so many of these 4 toughness creatures. But then again, if they're playing a lot of combat tricks, it's probably not going to be fantastic. Yeah, so there's the Ancestor. We're just going to repeal that again. All the red cards and none of the red mana. So we can repeal that, get in for 4 again. If we hit on mana, then we'll doorkeeper them, I guess. Not that it really matters. If we hit a red mana, we'll just electrolyze the Cephalid Broker. Oh, we got a mana leak? Okay. We would love to, but we cannot. I'm still going to get in for 4. I'm just going to go ahead and block for the turn. It's fine by us. Yeah, I guess it makes sense for them to block. We do have, we are playing red spells. It's pretty easy to burn your opponent out, especially if we were with Rasheen here. I would just assume if my opponent was playing red and had this card that Fireball was lurking somewhere in their deck. At this point, if they just keep playing blockers, we're going to easily be able to mill them out. They're really putting themselves in a tough situation with the broker there. But of course, they still need to dig for answers, so I'd be doing the same thing, just trying to dig for something at this point. Yeah, I didn't really think playing with the white cards here, the Ancestors. I don't think I like them in this deck, though. I like the fact that the Doorkeeper is just strictly a mill strategy, which is very effective when you're playing draft. 40 cards is not very many to mill. And then obviously the wall, the Mnemonic Wall, this is just quality. It's going to get back any of these burn spells. And then the Vent Sentinel goes right towards the opponent's life total. So I think I like those a little bit better than the white card. Then here, you know, we can't. We're still kind of stuck on our land, so we're just going to send Rasheen in again. We'll hold up Mana Leak. I don't know if they're going to block. I'm assuming they're in chump mode. Oh, maybe not. Okay. And here it's important to note we're at 24 life with a Pristine Talisman, so 25 technically we haven't tapped it this turn. So this card's pretty decent. It allows you to ramp, allows you to have a little bit extra mana. It's usually going to stay there the whole game. Not many times your opponent's going to waste one of their premium spells to blow up this Talisman, and it's given us 5 life as well. Again, I still don't think it's as good as one of the 2-drop mana rocks because they allow you to actually accelerate, and we're not really accelerating into a 5 here. I mean, we have this. I don't really see many games where you want to accelerate into mnemonic wall. So we're going to Doorkeeper them. So our opponent is just trying to get it over with here. I guess they are just kind of giving up here. I think they just put themselves at lethal deck size here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Still no red sources, so we're just going to Doorkeeper our opponent. Actually, we don't even have to do that. I forgot they took the damage the previous turn. So, yep, we're just going to attack. I guess they were digging for some sort of interaction against Rasheen. I don't think it matters. That was kind of interesting. We had them lethal by damage and lethal for the Doorkeeper here as well. Oh! Restoration Angel. Well, you know what? We got Mana Leak for that. Okay. Well, that was interesting. I guess the deck did what we wanted it to do. Kind of. Not really. Okay. Well, I guess we'll see everyone in the next match. Hopefully we'll play against a deck that isn't sort of a mirror of ours. Not exactly a mirror, but pretty close. I am envious they have 2 brokers here. But we'll see everyone in the next round, see how we do. Welcome to match 2. Looks like we won the die roll again. We will be on the play. And this seems fine. We'll keep this. Got Mana Leak, Talisman to kind of move us along, and a Doorkeeper as well. So let's see what our opponent's going to be playing. Okay, so do we want to play the Doorkeeper here? Do we want to play the Chancery? Suppose we play the Doorkeeper here, and then next turn play the Chancery and hold up Mana Leak. That seems fine. And the following turn, after we Mana Leak, we can play the Vent Sentinel. Ah, okay. Maybe we'll get to play against kind of a funky spells deck here. So let's see here. So I think we could just play the Talisman this turn. Yeah, I think that's fine. We're going to hold up Mana Leak. I don't know what our opponent's going to ramp into or move into here in red-blue. I don't know what they're playing. So I think we'll just play the Talisman this turn. And the next turn we'll be able to Mana Leak and play the Chancery, whichever we need to do there. So yeah, let's just go ahead and play the Talisman. I don't think our opponent's going to be doing anything too crazy. We'll see. I have no idea. Haven't played against a deck that's looking to do anything crazy with Spellfist, and this might just be a 2-drop. This might not be really what their deck's looking to do. They might be playing some quality cards. If they're playing Pillar of Flames, Thought Scour, things of that nature. Looking to attack. Not sure what they could have here. We'll let a point get through. Gutter snipe? Ah, okay, so they do have tricks. Okay, let's get our point back there. Alright, so here we have access to a few options. We can play Vent Sentinel and Chancery. The question is, do we want to hold up Mana Leak? I kind of like getting the Vent Sentinel out now, just so we can start doing some work to our opponent's life total. Yeah, let's just do that. Well, we can go ahead and play the Chancery. Pick up our mountain here. And we'll just send it back to our opponent. I'm not worried about taking a few points of damage here. We have the Talisman. That's going to represent, you know, several life points during the game. I don't particularly enjoy having all this land in our hand, however, since we really have no way. We don't have any brokers or mastic opponents. This is just dead draws at this point. If we hit any more lands, especially. Yeah, we're just going to take the 1 here. Obviously, our opponent has a combat trick. We're not worried about taking 1 damage each turn. Killing Fit. Yeah, okay. So they're definitely a spells deck. Another Vent Sentinel. It's not a bad draw. So here I do like playing the Vent Sentinel, holding up Mana Leak. And we start hitting our opponent for 3 each turn now. And then 6 next turn. Yeah, at this point, we'll probably just take whatever damage they want to send our way. We got Mana Leak. We'll hold that up. If they do anything crazy, I don't think they can punish us too bad here. Although I'm not sure exactly how many inexpensive spells that there are which pump the creatures here. Now this is, both of these are just whenever you cast. So this isn't even a successful spell. Alright, so again, we're not going to block. I'm not going to block here. Let's see what our opponent can do. I suppose even casting Thought Scour is going to really kind of stick us with 6 damage here. Yeah, because it doesn't say successfully, right? Yeah. Alright, I guess our opponent's contemplating whether they want to play another spell this turn or just pump these guys. So I wouldn't mind drawing Heat Ray, Repeal. Repeal will be pretty good for us, actually. Okay, nothing for our opponent. Are we going to get to Mana Leak something this turn? No? Alright, so we're just going to Vent Sentinel them. Savageborn Hydra, that's pretty good. But I feel like we're just going to get Mana Leaked if we try to do that, so we're just going to send it back to our opponent. I mean, we're still at 19 life. We're pretty healthy here. We're going to put our opponent to 11 at the end of this turn, and they'll be at 5 on our turn. So that really we only have to untap 2 times to win this game. And we have enough to Mana Leak and double Vent Sentinel this turn. I still would like to see what combat tricks our opponent has. They might be looking at just blowing us out in 1 turn here. Okay, no blocks. No thank you. Okay, so that's going to do 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just a creature. Okay, they're not revealing a dragon, so we can't Mana Leak this. It's going to be 6, and it'll be 8 damage. I'm going to do some damage to the Vent Sentinel. Okay, it's pretty good. And whatever this is getting mana leaked. Okay, we're going to mana leak that. Probably should have did that before combat. Because then we definitely would have blocked something this turn. They're tapped out. We're going to go ahead and just burn them. Take a few more damage from the gutter snipe. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky. Okay, let's see here. So we're gonna have to block something this turn. So we need. Let's play mountain. We're gonna keep up 1, 2. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana at our disposal. So we want to keep 4 up. So we could make a Savageborn here. A 2/2 Savageborn. It's not the end of the world. This way we can hit our opponent for 6. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Probably just end up blocking the Kiln Fiend, since that's definitely going to represent the most damage. Our opponent might be able to kill us here. They won't be able to kill us with directly Gutter Snipe, but we're probably going to end up having to block something. See what they have here. I'm sure they're going to send all. No? Okay, well, we're going to Vent Sentinel them. And then we'll go ahead and finish up this game here. Okay, so our opponent wasn't able to get through. We probably should have blocked the Gutter Snipe, now that I think about it a little bit more. But they were playing Draconic Roar, and this game really sort of hedged on us not losing any of these walls. If we'd have lost one wall, I think our opponent would outpace us and we would have lost this game. Although we did play the Savageborn Hydra, and that's kind of going to stop everything in their deck, especially if we had made this a 3/3. Okay, let's see what we got here. Anything against our opponent? I don't think Diminish does anything because their creatures are pumping. Fury Charm really doesn't do anything. I mean, the Frostlinks doesn't really do anything either. I don't think there's really anything we need to put in against our opponent. I mean, we've got the Dorky Walls to block them. We've got, you know, Pillar of Flame, Electrolyze, a couple Heat Rays, Repeal. I think we're okay here. Moonglove Extract is good against our opponents. We've got all of our removal spells are good against our opponent, so we're just going to send this back as is. Okay, and we've got 2 Doorkeepers, Fogbank, which Fogbank I think is going to be pretty decent against our opponent. We did see Draconic Roar. We'll go ahead and keep this. We did see Draconic Roar, so it might not be amazing since they can just remove it, but if they can't, then it's going to be a definite break. Okay, so here we're just going to go ahead and play Doorkeeper. Go ahead and get this going. Next turn we can play Doorkeeper and Gruul Turf. We also Moonglove Extract, you know, if they play anything. Yeah, so let's play another Doorkeeper. We're going to evolve. Oh. Okay. I don't feel too bad here. We need to hit a blue source. We have Claustrophobia. Skywise Teachings. Whenever you cast a 9-creature spell, you can get a Flying Monk. That's pretty good. Nothing we could have done about it, so that might be a problem. So we might need to get on a plan for killing our opponent pretty quickly here. Although Fog Bank does a pretty good job of stopping that. So let's see here. We can only mill them one time this turn, so I don't really see a reason to not just play Fog Bank here. Plus, not playing, milling them for 2, or we can play Fog Bank and then mill them for 3 the following turn and then 6, and it's more value, I think, just being able to claustrophobia. Okay, that's decent. We're doing a Doorkeeper, or no, the Fog Bank. That's fine. Because at this point, I think we're kind of in on the Doorkeeper strategy. Well, we have Moonglove Extract. We can always take care of that creature if we need to. Okay, nothing we can do about that. Here. So we can hold up Mana Leak and Doorkeeper them at the end of the turn. That seems fine. Yeah, I like being able to Mana Leak, especially if they play something worth Mana Leak. You know, really any creature we can stop at this point, we're gonna Mana Leak that. Yep, take our 2. Not a problem. Perfect, whatever this is, it's getting Mana Leaked. And then we'll go ahead and Doorkeeper them. What do we get? Claustrophobia, Mass, Rectos Canaria. That's pretty good. Alright, so our opponent is tapped out. So we could play the Hydra as a 4/4. That seems fine to me. Let's go ahead and play this guy. That definitely represents the clock against our opponent. And it's out of range for the Draconic Roar, which I like. And we still have Moonglove, Extract, and Claustrophobia. We're looking pretty good at this point. We can settle into the Savageborn, into the Hydra as a win condition, or we have plenty of removal if our opponent gets out of control here. Okay, they're going to repeal our Hydra. That's a thing. And they get another Monk. All right. I'm going to take 2 here. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So we can mill our opponent for 6 this turn. That's going to put them to 16. And then end of their turn, mill them down to 10. They're going to draw a card. They'll be at 9. They do have 4 cards in hand. I'm not in love with that. I kind of like playing Rasheen here. We got a few options. I mean, we can play the Moonglove Extract and go ahead and pop one of these monks just to slow the clock down and mill them for 3. Or we can play the Hydra again, which I feel like we're probably closer to milling them. I'm going to go to 12 on this turn. They do have combat tricks. Let's Moonglove one of these. We'll play Rasheen. Ooh, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on. We do not have the mana to do all that. I miscounted here. So we have access to 6 mana. So we can Moonglove and mill them. I don't think I want a Claustrophobia the gen just yet in case they play something, you know, like another Phantom Monster or something of that nature. We also could just play Savageborn again. Let's just play the Savageborn. We play this. Next turn, if we have to, we'll Moonglove and Claustrophobia. But this certainly represents quite the clock. If they have another repeal, well, that's not good for us, but But I still think the Savageborn, just being such a beater, if anything, they'll probably hold back one of the monks if they don't have an answer for it. Okay, they have claustrophobia. Okay, so we're off that plan. And yeah, so now we're probably going to have to extract and claustrophobia. So I suppose we probably should have stuck with the mill plan. We'd be a turn away from finishing that. Alright, so we got a mountain here. Yeah, so we're going to have to kind of take care of a couple of these guys here. Yeah. And next turn we can play the Furnace Whelp if we have to, just for something to block with. I just don't want to get blown out. We're taking 6 and 6. We can't be on a 2-turn clock. Right now we're on a 5-turn clock, or 6-turn clock I should say. And that's definitely a lot better than a 2-turn clock. Okay, you're going to get in for 2, and they might have some pump spells. No, not this turn. Okay. The Kiln Fiend, alright. That's a thing, we can block that. Talisman, that's not a bad draw. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go to 5, play the Talisman. This does represent some life, and we can start milling them. But at this point, we can mill them for 6. And then 6 will put them to... I think we'll just... I think we're better off trying to mill our opponent here. I think they're going to be able to out-tempo us. If not, and we're going to have to take some damage this turn. And if we don't like what we see, we'll play the Furnace Whelp. Now we're going to have to take this if we have any chance of being able to mill them out. And they didn't have any extra damage, which is excellent for us. Vent Sentinel. Alright, that's only a damage. Okay, let's go ahead and get their cards. Oh, shoot. Still in the main phase. What am I doing? Alright. Repeal's good for us. That's very good for us. So let's see here. I don't think we're going to play the Talisman. Yeah, what we'll do is we're just going to send it back to our opponent. We're going to block the Kiln Fiend. And if we have to repeal it, we will. Because we'll have our opponent when we untap. If we untap with both Doorkeepers. Unless we have to repeal, of course. Okay, we're going to block. Obviously, we're going to block this guy. See how many spells our opponent has. Draconic Roar. Sky Teachings. So let's go ahead and repeal the Kiln Fiend. Now, if they have a counter for this, that's not great for us. We're still not going to be able to kill them right now. We're going to survive a whole nother turn. This is going to be tricky. Guess it depends on what we draw repeal in for our turn here. Savageborn, that's not going to do anything. Okay. Opponent's just going to replay the Kiln Fiend. Oh, I got a Heat Ray, it's not a bad draw. We could go ahead and Heat Ray the Monk. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. We're not going to kill them with mill this turn. So 7 mana, we can play... So we can tap 3, go to 4, play the Talisman. Go to 5. No. I think our best bet is to try and Heat Ray the Monk right now. I really haven't seen any counters from our opponent. So I guess the question is, do we want to hold up Heat Ray, let our opponent attack, see if they have any pump spells, and try to burn out their Monk? Or, I kind of like that. Yeah, we'll send it back to our opponent. Gonna hit us for 1, so we're 5. So we're lethal with the monks here. I still like holding up Heat Ray just in case they are gonna pump one of the monks or anything. We'll see here. Alright, so let's just try to Heat Ray one of these guys. I'm gonna mana leak it. Yeah, I don't think there's any way we can win now. And we're gonna pay for it, obviously. So we're essentially at 1 life now, with no real way to kill our opponent. And so now it's looking like we should have just not played the Savageborn Hydra the second time and milled them, and we would have had our opponent decked. That's a little disappointing. Is there anything we can do to survive this turn? We can only mill them for 6. So disappointing. Alright, we're just going to mill them here. Get a little more information before we concede. Okay. I do have Electrolyze, Fog Bank, Surreal Memories. So let's say they have Draconic Roar, Electrolyze, Repeal, Claustrophobia. Okay. We'll go ahead and concede this. Our opponent got that one. Just eked it in, so. Alright, so they do have... I mean, Disenchant might be okay, because they have Claustrophobia and the Teachings. And we only have 1 white source in the deck. Wish we had something. I mean, Fury Charm just does artifacts. I don't think we can throw in Disenchant. I just don't think that's a thing. I guess we could take out Furnace Whelp. Furnace Whelp seems pretty bad against our opponent. It just dies to everything, and we're not looking at being aggressive here. The Halberdier is not terrible, especially if we can suspend it early. So maybe we'll swap one of these for this guy, just because he does have First Strike. I mean, they can remove it with any removal spells, but, you know, most creatures can be removed with removal spells, so I think that's probably fine. Yeah, I mean, Disenchant, I would like to get Disenchant in the deck. Maybe we can just put Thought Scour in over the other Furnace Whelp, because again, Furnace Whelp just doesn't do really anything against our opponent. I don't think we're going to be able to sink the mana in. They have the Teachings, and they're pretty aggressive, and this just gets blown out by any of their creatures. So maybe just throw the Thought Scour in, just so we can get a little bit more card draw in the deck. That seems a little weird, but again, I just think these Furnace Whelps just don't... I think this is really, really bad against our opponent here. So we'll give this a try. Hopefully we'll get to go off a little faster at this time. Okay, yep, we'll definitely be on play. And this is a keep. We got Rasheen. It'd be great to draw the Hydra, a Forest and a Hydra. That would, or actually a Gruul Turf. It'd be great to draw the Hydra here. I would love to just get this guy out early and just make a massive Hydra early on. Of course, the Hydra is terrible against Repeal, but I think our opponent only had 1, unless they had 1 in hand, or it was the last 2 cards in their deck. So we're not going to spend all of our turns playing around one card. Talisman's not a bad draw. So here we're just going to stick the Doorkeeper. And next turn we can hold up Electrolyze if we don't want to play the Gruul Turf. I didn't play anything, so I think what we'll do is kind of want to get the Talisman out now, but I think I'd rather suspend the Halberdier. So let's suspend this guy. We'll play the Gruul Turf. Yeah. And then next turn we'll have mana, and that way we've got this guy kind of, you know, in the sideline here, ready to come into play. Again, he's probably going to get removed immediately with whatever spell our opponent has. They have plenty of turns to sort of hold on to that spell and make that decision. But if they don't have one of their, you know, handful of removal spells in hand, this guy's going to really clog up the ground for them. Also, he's a no-hassle card. He's going to come down on his own. We don't have to pay anything for him, which we do like with this deck. Okay. Here we have 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. We can only really mill for 1 here. I don't really see the point of that. I think we'll just play Rasheen because this is a creature that'll kind of let us start getting in there if our opponent doesn't play any threats. We did win one game with Rasheen the first round, so you never know. And he's pretty big. He's only susceptible to claustrophobia. He's not going to get blown out by Draconic Roar. And if they want to repeal him, you know, that's a couple turns away. Okay, what's our opponent got here? Let's see, what's 4 in their deck? Event Sentinel? I like having Electrolyze and Demonic Wall since they're like Gutter Snipe and the Kiln Fiend all have 2 toughness, so we can kind of, you know, remove those easy threats. Okay, our opponent is not going to play anything. Event Sentinel, Thran Dynamo. Oh wow, okay. Alright, Savage-Born Hydra, and that's exactly what we want to see. So we're going to go ahead and play this. If they don't have repeal, this is just an absolute blowout. Yeah, our opponent has to have repeal here, or claustrophobia. If they don't, then the Hydra is just going to finish this game really, really fast. Claustrophobia. Do they have their 1 claustrophobia in hand? Ah, okay. Hey, we tried. You have to, if you can go for a Hydra that big, you got to go for it. My opponent, I guess, could still play Event Sentinel here. I'm assuming it's what they were contemplating on playing last turn. Idle. Okay. That's a ramp for our opponent's deck. And this guy's coming down next turn. Alright, well, we're just going to go ahead and get in here with the Rasheen. I'll play the Talisman. And we'll be able to start milling our opponent only for 1, but we'll also have Electrolyze held up, which I'm fine with since we can keep getting our 4 damage in each turn. Or if they want to block the Idol, that's fine as well. Ooh, okay. That's a dude. That is a big dude. Okay. I guess our opponent was just playing around Mana Leak here. Yeah, I guess we're just going to Doorkeeper them. What do we get here? Fogbank. Oh, that's good. This is actually pretty good for us because we have Electrolyze, so Rasheen or the Halberdier, if they get blocked here, it's going to be very, very good for us. So we're going to send both in. Our opponent probably has a combat trick here. Yes, we're going to do both to the gen, please. And if they don't, that's fine. We get rid of their threat. Hey, we drew a Hydra. It's not bad. And do we already play our land for the turn? No. So here we can play the wall and get back Electrolyze. Yeah, I like that. Plus it makes our Doorkeeper a little bit more value. And we keep us drawing cards. Next turn we can try to make another Giant Hydra. We know our opponent doesn't have another... Okay. Please. Okay, we know our opponent doesn't have any more claustrophobias, or it's very unlikely, at least, that they have claustrophobia. I'm going to turn on the idol. That's strange. Not sure what was going on there. Okay. So our Hydra, we can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make it a 6/6. Not quite as big as last time, but you know, a 6/6 double strike is just fine by me. Suppose if we draw Repeal, we also could pull our Hydra back to our hand. That's pretty cheap. We only have to pay 3 mana to get your Hydra back, and you know, draw a card. That's fine as well, since our opponent really isn't playing too much this game. Although they certainly do have all the mana in the world. I have to wonder if one of the 5 or 6 cards we didn't see in their deck was a Fireball, because they're certainly representing. What they got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, they could do 9 points of damage at this point with a Fireball. So, what is our opponent casting here? Another Gen? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Paying 7 for this. Okay, so when he dies, you can control a target creature. All right. I wouldn't mind drawing a Repeal at this point. Fog Bank, that's probably going to be electrolyzed material right there. Got Mana Leak. Doesn't do too much. I don't think we can attack here. We can play the Hydra. I think the Hydra is just going to trade with the star here. I think we'll still play the Hydra. We'll make it a let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make it a 6/6, and then the following turn we can electrolyze the Fog Bank. Maybe we'll draw Repeal or something like that. So let's just play the Hydra. And we're just going to send this back to our opponent. And we're a pretty healthy 23 life. If they want to start attacking with the star, that's fine. We'll definitely electrolyze the Fog Bank right away. I guess the only thing that gets tricky is if they have some way to kill the star and take our Hydra. Teachings, okay. Yeah, Mana Leak's kind of dead in our hand right now. There's not much we can do with that card. Our opponent's got some good flyers here. I guess we could always draw our Fog Bank and just kind of brick their flyer. But at this point, we're very happy if they start attacking. Getting a little tight on time, though. Excellent. Yeah, we're going to take that damage. We got another creature. What do they got here? The Chronic Roar. What are they hitting? Just looking to make some creatures. Got rid of our Ice Blast. Okay, that makes sense. The Doorkeeper. Suppose we could electrolyze the Fog Bank. So we draw. Oh. Hold on. Hold on. Boiler works, there's not much that we can do with that. Still definitely just going to send the Hydra in. Yep, gotta block that one. We're going to play the Doorkeeper here. Play the Boiler Works. Go ahead and return this Forest. Getting really tight on time. I don't think we're going to die to them to the Flyer. We may, if our opponent can just cast a spell each turn. Plus they have Guardian Idol. They're going to be able to chump the Hydra forever. I don't know, it's going to be tricky. We really need to draw a Repeal or Claustrophobia here. We have quite a bit of our deck left, so that's going to be a little tough. Essentially, they have us on a 4-turn clock at this point, which isn't terrible. We're not going to be able to gain enough life with a Talisman to really turn that into a 5-turn clock. So we kind of need to draw, Fog Bank or Repeal or Claustrophobia. Claustrophobia would be the best, so just get the dragon out of the mix here, because we don't want this guy dying. Basically, if they hold this guy back, we can't attack with the Hydra, because then they just take the Hydra. Alright, what's our opponent casting here? Ooh, okay. Nothing we can do about that. Gonna get back the Draconic Roar. Gonna make a Monk. So they have blockers for days. They can keep sending in the star. Yep. Okay. And they held back the star, which is smart of them. We're definitely just going to play the Extract here. We can't attack our opponent, so we just got to send it back. What's our opponent doing here? Thought Scour. Targeting themselves, trying to get another card off of... Oh, they're just going to get Thought Scour back. Okay, that's fine. Been sitting on an island. Yeah, so nothing we want. Okay, yeah, this is going to be a bit tricky. We really have to draw something right away. This has definitely been a close match here. I think our opponent's going to get us. We really need to draw Repeal, but they have so many monks at this point. I mean, we're going to take care of one with the Extract. So, and one of these guys does have Summoning Sickness, so we're not dead just yet, but we really need to draw into something. Okay, we're definitely going to get rid of these monks. Okay. Can't block anything. Pillar of Flame, that's actually a decent draw. And here we really have no reason not to attack. With the Hydra, it keeps them off one more creature. What's our opponent got here? go ahead and mana leak that. It's definitely a nail biter here. Alright, they got a block. Their turn. Whew. Alright. I don't think we're going to be able to get them. I guess maybe if we draw a Doorkeeper on our turn, we'll be able to get our opponent. But they may just be able to just get us right now. Luckily, I don't think we're going to run out of time. We have plenty of time to lose here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Yeah, so we can get a life with the Talisman. So we're effectively at 12 life here, unless they kill us this turn, which doesn't make a difference. You know, they're going to be able to get in for lethal next turn anyway. What's our opponent doing here? Well, they might have that Fireball. Well, they're not tapping any red sources. They have another Gen. Okay, what are they targeting with Claustrophobia? Targeting the Hydra? That makes sense. Want to make sure that they get in that damage. So I guess they did have a second Claustrophobia in their hand. That's interesting to note. So I think on our turn we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 mana. So we need to draw... If we draw a Doorkeeper on our turn, we win by mill. If they don't kill us here. Turn on the Idol. Okay. Attacking with everything, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, we're definitely going to go ahead and we got to block the Guardian Idol here. There's really no reason not to. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and mill our opponent. Our opponent is doing something. Going to hit us with the Roar. Okay, then we are going to mill them again. Looks like our opponent wanted to make sure we didn't draw a way to kill them by mill, which is kind of a bummer because that's really the only way we're going to win at this point. Do Thought Scour. So we can mill them for 4, 6. Oh, we'll Thought Scour them. Mahamoti. Still just doesn't get there. We can mill them for 4. We can gain 1 life. We can play the Mahamoti Gen. We can only block 1 creature. They're going to get in that damage. So that was a close one. You know, very, very close. We wouldn't have been able to kill our opponent. Actually, if we hadn't blocked, no, we had to block her. We would have just died there. Yeah, that's a bummer. We were just 2 points of life away from being able to just take the damage and mill them out this turn with Thought Scour. Anyway, there you go. Our opponent was able to out-tempo us. This card, our Skywise Teach, is actually pretty decent in our opponent's deck here. They're really able to just keep cranking out these monks. We'll go ahead and concede this round, and we'll see everybody in the finals. Hello everyone, welcome to our final round, match 3. Looks like we lost the die roll. Not a super strong hand, but we have Moonglove Extract and Claustrophobia if we run into an island. I think this is fine. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Playing against all blue decks today. No Thought Scour. They're hitting us or themselves. They're hitting us. So is this a mill deck we're playing against? Got our Doorkeeper. We don't want any more red sources. If they play a swamp, yeah, looks like we're going to be playing against mill. Okay. Well, this will be interesting. Ooh, Electrolyze is a good draw. Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and play the Gruul Turf then. Oh, amateur move. Okay. Well, that's alright. We're fine. We still have plenty of mana. Okay, opponent's going to mill us. If they play another Shriek Rice, that will be just the best feeling. What are they going to mill here? Got our Heat Ray, Vent Sentinel, Trevenation Blade. Alright. So I guess we'll just, we'll go ahead and pass here. If we can get our opponent to, I think this costs 2 to equip. Yeah, if they want to tap out to equip Trevenation Blade, we'll go ahead. This might get mana leaked, but we'll go ahead and go for the Electrolyze. Just get them to spend a few extra mana this turn. And again, it's probably going to get mana leaked. Oh, no, it actually didn't. Okay, that's fine. The Fogbank's a fine draw for us as well. Although our opponent's playing blue-black, they're probably going to be able to deal with it. Glimpse the Unthinkable, yeah. Oh man, this is going to be tough. Now, what do they get? A little bit of everything here. Alright, well, we need to start playing creatures, so let's go ahead and get the Whelp out. We really just need to get as aggressive as possible. So it's going to let us do the creatures as well. Creature or player? That's fantastic. Okay. So we can kind of deal with their creatures. Oy. Alright. That's fine. Let's see here. So do we have any spells we want to bring back? Probably not at this point. So I think we'll just play... Let's just play Fogbank. We'll have a blocker. We'll play the Extract. We're not really doing anything else. Yeah, I mean, it's there on the board. They're going to play their crappiest creature first, but kind of want to maximize our mana in case next turn we draw something we can actually cast. Reef Soul. All the answers. Although we don't mind them killing our wall. Seek to the... for each creature in your opponent's graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's some beats. We'll be claustrophobia in that. Ooh. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We make a 4/4 Hydra. I think we'll go ahead and make the Hydra this turn. We're going to take a beating from this guy, but if they can't deal with the Hydra, we can claustrophobia their creature next turn. And maybe actually have a game plan together here. Plus we have Heat Ray, Moonglove, or Moonglove Extract for anything else they play, any more Shriek Geist or anything of that nature. They did play a lot of removal spells already. Trevenation Blade, yeah, this is going to look to go off and kill us here. I might. We're going to have to take this damage. Okay. Down to 8 cards. Taking 14. Again, there's nothing we can do about that. If we want to try to have a chance of winning this game. Hopefully our opponent doesn't play anything else. Okay. So I guess the question is, I think we want to claustrophobia before combat. We need to make sure we're going to be able to swing in. Okay. Again, our opponent probably just has to mill. They can take us out. This. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's unfortunate. That is extremely unfortunate. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Well, let's take a look here. I think I like just throwing in the halberdier here. Probably can just take out guess we take out a heat ray. I don't think our opponent has a ton of creatures. I just want more creatures, more options that aren't going to get milled away that can kill our opponent. Alright, let's try not to misclick and claustrophobia our own Hydra. That's going to be the best play we can make, is to not claustrophobia our own Hydra. I believe that's the... Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I just played this island. Okay. Yep. Just misclick city here. It's fine. We're going to play the doorkeeper. Only because we have so many vent sentinels, I do want to just kind of get in as many walls as possible, as quickly as possible. Shriek Geist, And here we're just going to suspend this guy like we should have before. We're now 2 turns behind on it. So, you know, feels bad, but there's really nothing we can do about it at this point. Okay, opponent's going to get in for 1. This is milling 2, right? Yeah. So opponent got any other plays? No. If we hit a land, no land. So we're just going to pass back to our opponent. So here we'll probably mana leak any plays they have. We can also heat raid the street guys. I'd rather do that end of turn just to make sure they're not going to play anything. I don't mind getting milled for a couple more cards. Not a big deal. Let's see what they're getting here. I'll land. Yeah, let's just go ahead and heat ray this guy. Let's get the mana leak. Alright, dissolve. Okay. That's fine. Hit a land, please. Land, land. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy. Just in case our opponent has any tricks, they want to repeal it or something of that nature. Really not worried about activating the Doorkeeper's ability. I don't think that's going to do very much this round. Our opponent is off black mana, which is good for us. An island here. See if our opponent has any more counters. Yep, all the dissolves. Okay, and that's fine. We'll keep running out the Vent Sentinels. Hopefully that we'll be able to stick the Mahamoti. There's our black sources. We're going to get our glimpse this turn, possibly. The right, okay. 6/6, that's legitimate. Okay, go ahead and get the halberdier. He's pretty waylaid here. I don't think Mana Link's going to do too much to our opponent. Let's play the Sentinel. Probably would have been able to get in for a couple of points of damage against our opponent had we not played the island turn 1. Let's see if our opponent starts attacking. If they start attacking, we'll probably just swing back for 4 and then start using the Vent Sentinel end of turn. If we draw a land, we'll definitely play the Gen. Although I don't particularly like running that into a lot of untapped mana. Our opponent has 5 cards in hand. They've been scrying a couple of turns here. Yeah, there's the glimpse. This guy's going to be huge now. I'll take this for 1 turn. It's fine. I'll have to block it next turn though. Savageborn Hydra doesn't do very much on this board. Let's see. So if we swing for 4, we'll play the Hydra as a 3/3. Our opponent, I'm assuming our opponent has a counter spell here. But if we play the Hydra for 3, get him for 4, block with the Doorkeeper. Next turn we can swing for 4, possibly 10 damage if our opponent doesn't have any interactions. We'll still have 2 blockers here. I think that's probably okay. Let's just send in the Halberder here, try to get a couple points of damage in, see if they have any tricks. I mean, we're not going to hold up Mana Leak this turn. We're just going to play the... Yeah, we're just going to play the Hydra. Okay, they probably have Claustrophobia, but we'll see. Or they might have Repeal. There's a lot of different options. This also gets burned out by the... oh, we might just have a big creature here. Mnemonic Wall. Yeah, that'll do it. That's a good blocker. And they're just going to get back... what are they getting back here? Glimpse. Yeah. So I think that's just game over for us now. Yeah, our opponent's going to glimpse us on their turn. We'll be down to 1 card. We'll draw our final card on our turn. Yeah, there's really no way for us to survive this. So that's super disappointing. Pretty disappointed in the first game where we claustrophobia'd our own creature, and I feel like we probably were going to win that game. This one, I don't think we were going to win, even if we had played this card with Suspend on turn 1. Our opponent was they were definitely going to mill us out with Mnemonic Wall, being able to cast the Glimpse a couple turns in a row. Anyway, that's kind of disappointing. I was hoping to do a little bit better with this deck. Obviously, it's not a super strong deck. So I didn't expect this deck to 3-0, but I was hoping to at least go 2-1. But anyway, hope that you guys enjoyed watching. this weird Doorkeeper Vent Sentinel deck. Hope you enjoyed kind of seeing these cards in action. And actually, I did learn that I like the Savageborn Hydra. I don't think it's the best creature, but it's actually pretty decent if you can get it up to a 4. If you can get up to a 4/4 when you cast it. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed watching the draft, certainly hit that like button. Let me know you enjoyed watching it. If you want to see more content, please hit the subscribe button. I do try to get new videos up just about every single day, and we'll see you in our next draft. Thanks again for watching.